Okay, guys, welcome back to the part 2 of our discussion. Okay, so it's 10 already and I'm still recording. Okay, kasi wala kailangan magtrabaho. So, sobrang hirap ng ganito, guys. Kasi puyat na pagod and everything. Kaya hindi lang kayo yung napapagod, even us. Okay, so going back to factors affecting enzyme activity, so isoenzyme. So, having the same catalytic reaction but slightly different molecular structures. Ano naman yung binigay kong dalawang enzyme which have their isoenzymes or isozymes. So, those are ano yung example ko kanina? The LDH. Ilang LDH? Ilang isoforms or ilang isoenzymes? 6 hanggang 6. That is LDH 1 to 6. And the other is the CK. How many isoenzymes? 3. So what are those? The CKMM, the MB, and the DB. The CKMM that is found in the muscle. Okay, maraming muscles. The MB that is found in the heart. Okay? So, and then the BB that is brain. Okay? Brain. Okay? So, dapat active ang ating mga brains, especially if you're listening to Ma'am Susie. Okay? So next, temperature. Okay? So, enzymes are active at 25 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius, or at 37 degrees Celsius. Increasing temperature usually increases the rate of chemical reaction. So, pag pinapataas mo daw yung temperature, bumibilis din yung rate of chemical reaction. Okay? However, guys, take note that as the temperature increases, the rate of denaturation also increases. Okay? Kasi these enzymes, they are not resistant to all or to increased temperature. Magkakaiba kasi sila ng resistance. Okay? So, enzyme temperature coefficient means for every 10 degrees Celsius increase in the temperature, there will be a twofold increase in the enzyme activity. So, for example, 30 degrees Celsius, in-increase mo siya by 10 degrees Celsius, magta-times 2 yung enzyme activity. Okay? So, in laboratory, especially in machines, the temperature must not deviate by more than positive or negative 0.1 degrees Celsius. That's why, guys, okay, so kung napansin nyo lang naman, if you went to clinical laboratory, in clinical laboratory, or not only in the clinical lab, other parts of the laboratory wherein they have machines, okay, they have air conditioners, okay? May mga aircon sila, but the aircon are not intended to the medical technologies, okay? Nakiki-aircon lang po tayo sa mga machines. Okay, that's why the temperature of the environment is very important in the clinical laboratory because deviation, okay, of temperature or change, especially if there is an abrupt change of temperature, that would affect or that will affect the chemical reactions that is happening inside the machine. Okay? So, importante na ma-maintain ang proper temperature. Okay, at the 37 degrees Celsius, that is the optimum temperature for enzymatic activity. Okay? And at 60 to 65 degrees Celsius, that may already result to enzyme inactivation. Okay? So, pag nagkaroon ng enzyme inactivation, what will happen? The chemical reaction will not take place. Okay? So the rate of denaturation, what do you mean by denaturation again? That is the digestion, okay, breaking or the destruction of protein. So the rate of denaturation increases as the temperature increases, and that is usually significant already at 40 to 50 degrees Celsius. Okay? So the enzyme catalyzed rates are extremely sensitive to temperature changes. So to ensure accuracy, the temperature of the reaction mixture must not deviate more than zero point 0.1, either higher or lower degrees Celsius from the assigned temperature. Okay? So the choice of temperature with most modern instrument is governed by the capabilities of the instrument. So there is a limit to the amount of temperature increase that can be used because most enzymes start to denature and become inactive as the temperature is increased. Kagaya na lang guys sa CK. Okay? In CK, the it starts to denature at 37 degrees Celsius. Okay? But for amylase, okay, it begins to denature at 45 degrees Celsius. So magkakaiba sila. Okay? Aside from that, other enzymes are stable at high temperature just like for the Taq polymerase. Kahit nasa 95 degrees Celsius na, it is still stable. Okay? Because that is obtained from extremophiles, living organisms that can live in extreme temperature. Okay? So that is the Taq polymerase. And Taq polymerase, so spelling ni Taq polymerase. So that is Taq polymerase.